my level of expertise in free flight, the value of an airplane is how much I can learn from it. A few years ago, I started building this Hustler free flight from Jim O'Reilly plans with a Bob Holman short kit. I'm starting out with some recent flights after a major repair on this model. In this first short flight, I didn't have the DT angle enough and it stalled and spun in. With more practice, I'm getting better at using engines running on pressure. I've been working hard on getting the power pattern perfected, which I assume should be to the left on a high thrust model. Sometimes I had it too much to the left, and then trying to correct, I had it going too much right on one flight too. Originally I had a Texas Timer mechanical timer and a Texas Timer RDT. The first time out I must have had a bad warp in the wing and it rolled over and went in inverted. I had more flights after that and I broke it once or twice in the fuselage. I put a Manano timer on it, and Neil Manano was helping me at the 2023 Nats. I gave it maybe a bad launch, and it had too much left turn, and when I did an RDT to try to save it, the wing folded. Neil told me not to fix it and get a better airplane, but I really wanted to see if I could make it work. So the next winter I went to repair it. This design has some rather strange ideas. It has lots of spars and lots of ribs, but it's not very strong. So after splicing the wing back together, I put in webbing between the spars out a good distance. So now the wing was strong as far as bending, but it wasn't very rigid, so I added these Polyspan X's on the advice of Hank Spurzl. So I covered it with Polyspan and I did some tissue trim, cutting it out with a sharp knife on a mat. I sprayed some Design Master on the tips underneath, but that didn't look too good. So to check to see if it had any major warps, I took it out to the sledding hill and gave it a throw, and I was surprised how straight it went. This hill is steeper than it looks, so it makes it look like the glide is really fantastic when it wasn't that great. I tried flying it as is, but then I needed more glide turn, so I shimmed up one side of the wing. So here's again some more recent flights. One of the things I discovered after the Nats crash was I actually had left thrust built in, and I fixed that. I think that was some of my trouble before. The big thing I'm learning from free flight is accuracy is just so important, and I keep working harder on trying to do everything just right and being very accurate. Flying from this tall grass field, I've been really getting a lot of practice using GPS. It's really easy on the models though, because usually they don't even get anywhere near the ground when they land. I did take some of Neil's advice though, and I did buy another kit, a Geef 513 that I'm going to build. Neil doesn't really like the inverted engine high thrust or the fin underneath, so this should be better.